Hey, and welcome back to the Relationship School Smart Couple Podcast. I'm your host, Jayson Gaddis. What is up? I want to thank all of you listeners. Here's one that I want to thank from Great Games RME on iTunes review. She or he left me a review that said, I started out slowly and warily, but this is so incredible. Thank you for being so accessible. No, thank you. Yeah, glad you're getting a lot of value. And thanks for the review. We're getting into the hundreds of really 5-star reviews on iTunes, so we're doing something right. Okay, so thank you. That kind of feedback actually helps me keep going and helps me dig in here. So if you have feedback for the podcast, just email us. We're open to feedback. Bring it on. And what do you want more of, less of? Just send us an email, okay? info@relationshipschool.com. That's the best way to get it to us. All right, we are in the midst of a 5-day challenge. And if you're on Facebook and you want to play, there's still a chance to join. You're going to be behind at this point when this comes out, but we're almost winding down. Go to relationshipschool.com/community, and that takes you right to the Smart Couple Facebook group. Okay, we've got hundreds of people playing and challenging each other and themselves. So I'm going to talk about challenge in a minute and why it's so valid, but if you want to get in on the action, come hang out with us, all right? Got a couple days left. And we'll do one in the future, I think, if, again, the feedback is like, yeah, please do more of this. All right. Okay, in this episode, we're going to talk about challenge and why it's so essential in your relationship life. Okay, one of my mentors years ago taught me that love is actually challenge and support. We've talked about this before on the podcast. Love is not infatuation or just support. If you've ever felt challenged in your life and you worked through something, that challenge helped you build character and it helped you become a better person. Okay, if you got through it successfully. So challenge is essential to push us out of our comfort zone into our stretch zone or our learning zone where we can grow and become stronger. Okay, if you're familiar with like the metaphor of lifting weights, you don't get stronger by doing the same thing every time. You actually need to keep adding weight, right? Same with any endeavor. You have to be at the edge of your comfort zone if you want to grow. And fortunately for you, relationships push you there whether you like it or not, right? And so here at the school, we want to help you encourage yourself and help you embrace challenge. Because you will attract a partner into your life, if you haven't already, that is challenging. They're just a pain in the ass. They're uncomfortable. They're mean sometimes. They raise their voice. They shut down. They go away without talking to you. They behave in ways that are very frustrating. So embrace that intellectually. Like, all right, I'm going to just be like, okay, that's happening. And I'm going to relax into it and learn how to work with it, okay? So learning how to work with it is another step. But what I want to target in this podcast specifically is not that, although that's really valuable. It's how to challenge other people and to ask for challenge from your friends. Okay, so because we're in the midst of this 5-day challenge, I thought it'd be useful to just say a word or two about challenge. So some of you are in complacent relationships, marriages, partnerships, friendships, family relationships, work relationships that are complacent, meaning they're not growing, they're stagnant, and you guys are in a comfortable pattern. You talk about the same stuff, maybe it's very superficial, and it's you find yourself distracted when you're with this person, you're looking at your phone or you're doing other things, and you're tired and you're not engaged. The way to get engaged with your friends and your loved ones is to challenge each other. Okay, so the action step today is pretty obvious. It's going to be to challenge yourself, to challenge someone else, and to ask for challenge back. All right? Again, not just for the sake of it, but to help you grow and become stronger relationally. So there's a number of different ways to do this. And I always like to set context with my friends or people in the community and say, let's do this. Let's play a game where we challenge each other. Are you up for that? So you just get permission, you get consent first, like, hey, is it cool if we step it up a notch in our relationship? Are you open to being challenged? I sure am. I want to be challenged by you. Okay, challenge is so vital. So notice what you're feeling right now as you hear this. You're like, ooh, it starts to feel uncomfortable. Exactly. It starts to wake you up. That's the whole point, and get you engaged in yourself and in your life and in your experience. So please challenge your friends, challenge yourself, and be open to being challenged. Yeah? So let one of your closest friends or partner in your life know that you are open to being challenged by them. And say, look, I prefer it if it's not all judgy and criticizey, but I want the truth. I want you to challenge me. How can I be a better person? How can I do better in our relationship? Challenge me. Give me some feedback here. And then you can ask them, are you open to being challenged? Okay, we do a lot of exercises like this here at the Relationship School, especially if you're in the Deep Psychology of Intimate Relationships 9-month training or our Level 1 training, coaches training program. This is the program. We challenge our clients because therapy alone can be overly supportive. Coaching, on the other hand, is a little more challenging. So we blend the two, therapy and coaching, to create our own coaching model here. It's very powerful. If you haven't hired one of our coaches, do so. If you want to get challenged professionally by someone, like pay someone to challenge you, all right? Okay, so also join our 5-day challenge. We're on the last day or so by the time you listen to this. Get in there and challenge yourself to do the work. Okay? All right. Oh, and finally, I wanted to just pontificate here for a moment about the podcast and its future. So don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. This podcast will continue. But we're going to possibly move to seasons at some point or themes. I know a lot of you wrote in when we did the conflict series, 3-part conflict series, that was really helpful for you. So we might do more of that, and we might take some time off to get organized to do that. So I'm just giving you a heads up. If you don't see a podcast come out, for a month or two, that would be why, is we're reconfiguring some things to get a little more organized, to also listen to your feedback. All right, we want to hear from you. And then when we come out, I'll come out swinging, and it'll be great. All right. Okay. Again, thank you so much for your ears and for sharing this with your friends and listening. And most importantly, thanks for doing the work. Those of you who are actually really digging in to improve your love life and your relationship with yourself. Hey, thanks so much for listening. Relationship School fans and Smart Couple listeners, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, all right? Do us a favor, subscribe, share one of these videos with a friend, all right? We want to help the planet get their act together around relationships, and you are one of them, so thank you.